but your main goal is to just try and like create a spam angle. You want to get an angle where like your soldier can just spam the gun like this and just be really, really annoying and piss off their combo. The second thing you want to do is if your sniper's over in flank, getting this angle is absolutely disgusting because it forces them to play inside of the cubby or die. There's not really an in-between.
I'm sure. What's the name of this map again?
This Vigil. Is PL Vigil. But anyways, another thing you also want is to get your demo into this position because the spam angle right here lands perfectly and it basically denies them. You can also just deny this door as well. I think maybe I should focus on callouts first. I might do that. So anyways, yeah.
I'm assuming this is defense we're talking about currently.
We're talking about offense currently. So we go to offense, and then you want to clear out this area as the combo to make space for your sniper and your demo man, so that way they can like lock them out and like force them out. The defense team, if they're very, very smart and kind of know how TF2 and Highlander works, they're not going to commit very many like players to this point. Like they'll have like maybe like traps inside of here, or their sniper like holding like a couple of angles, or they're scouting their soldier just over here kind of pissing people off. But they're never gonna have too much forward. They're never gonna hold super up there. If you meet teams that do that, don't be afraid to die for picks. But usually they'll be this passive. The reason why is because you have like just more resources than us objectively. You can just do more. Let me turn on MP tournament. You guys have more resources and can kind of just pressure out with your respawn timers like over and over and over and over and over again. And it's really, really scary. Do you guys know how sacks work?
Yeah, sack
or what a sack is? Okay, describe it to me what a sack is.
So, like, without the medic, most of the combo and most of the team just goes and tries to kill any medic to get an advantage up.
Yeah, kind of. So the goal is just to die for something. You don't have to have everybody involved. You can have like 3-person sacks or like 2-person sacks, which is the most common. And usually the most like sacrificial players that you can have on your team, try not to sack your demo too much because it's kind of like shit. Especially if you want to push off of what you have. It's a little bit more complicated, but demo can also be involved. So usually your scout, your soldier, your demo can be involved. Your sniper just peeks at the same time, and your spy. Your spy is super, super important for sacks because he does a lot of things. Let's assume you want to sack on first offense, right? You want to play the game. You want to have a great time. You know, you want to play TF2. So there's a bit of an issue for your soldier and your demo. If you bomb in and you like rush this area to try and get their medic, who's probably like standing here or here. There's a bit of an issue. There's a sentry gun right here that kills you in 2 seconds, and there's nothing you can do about it except the spy. Whoa, crazy! So what you do is you coordinate on the timing. So you see the timer above me? You're going to be using that a lot. It's very, very nice. So let's say I'm the main caller, the demo man, the guy, the man, and I'm coordinating the sack, right? I'm going to say, okay, guys, let's sack at 350. So when the timer hits 350, like the spy is going to decloak and the soldier is going to bomb in and the demo is going to bomb and everyone's going to be peeking at the same time to create pressure. So 350, set the gun, everyone's coming in, psh, psh, psh. You're just trying to make a lot of noise and find a pick. That's your goal there. That's how a sack works. And you can do this on any point, anytime, anywhere, for the most part. It's preferred not to do it on defense. There's very, very, very rare occasions where you sack on defense. But for short term, since you guys are a newcomer, don't sack on defense. It's dumb. Value your lives. Play to live. Play smart. But on offense, you can play a little bit more stupid. There's a lot of occasions. I'll get to that. Anyways, I'll go over a call out really quick. So you can just call this area over here flank. Just flank. Like if Heavy's in flank, he's here. Hill, tracks, drop down, house. This is called house. So if sniper's in house, it's probably over here, or like peeking here, or maybe drop down. I don't know. Whatever. There's no specific area. You can just call this like spawn or tracks. And tunnel. Also tunnel drop down. Usually you can distinguish because you only this only opens after you cap B. So this is also drop down. Okay. Anyways, you can call this side house over here if you want, or just like left. Doesn't really matter. This over here is side tunnel. This area right here, next to drop down. And this is main tunnel. Big difference. Main tunnel, side tunnel. If somebody says side tunnel and they push out this way, I'm gonna scream. Also rocks. You can call this shack. This area is called hill. This whole big old area. If you want to be a little bit more specific about like locations, like let's say sniper's over here, you can be like, oh, the sniper's on the left side of the hill, and your sniper can peek wide, knowing it's like probably in this area, right? That's a good way of going about it. This is shutter right here, and behind the shack, sentry spot, tracks. Also, kind of shutter-ish area. Doesn't really matter. You can call this house. And that's second. Ta-da. This is probably also called house. Like, if combos in house, they're somewhere here. This area is called lockers. I'm pretty sure my config has it turned off, but I think there's lockers in here. Or supposed to
if
be.
I may, I don't mean to override what you're saying, but I've heard a lot of teams call those the place you just mentioned different things. Usually the place where you are right now, if you look to your left, there's a giant burger sign.
Oh yes, burgers.
So people call this burger sign, and then lockers is the far side where the actual lockers are.
Oh fuck, you're
over
right.
there.
That's my bad. Thank you, Gray.
Yeah, so that's usually what people call it. It's just the left door you call it just burger, and the right door you call it lockers.
Alright. Well, thank you anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, don't worry. Like, having any input is nice. I like talking with people while I give reviews. Anyways, so flank side. This, you can just call this flank, and this is main right here. This area right here is called ladders because there's a ladder here. And this area is really, really important, this specific area, because Heavy likes to stand here. And Headwitch, it's called, I call it Zukima, personally, because Zukima uses this spot a lot. And then here is dungeon, because it's like a little dungeon. You actually bring your Heavy here sometimes, so it's not completely useless. You can call it the stairs right here. Ta-da! And then, like, over the hill. My timer's about to run out. I'll just retry the map so I can do it right. So how much experience do you guys have playing in the first place? Like, have you scrimmed together and done anything?
We have 2 official matches, most of us.
Have you scrimmed yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty? Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you rate your comms out of 10? Like, how well do you guys communicate with each other?
7.
I'd say 7. Yeah, 7 sounds good.
You guys communicate well? Okay.
6.5.
That's good to hear. So you guys are comfortable, like, talking with each other. So, like, if, who's the main caller here? I assume Bunny, because you're on demo?
Yeah.
Okay, so if Bunny were to call a sack
Correct.
timing, you guys would be able to coordinate quite well? Like, get on the same page?
Yeah, for the most part.
If I've got
Alright.
Winston on board, then typically yes. He may not be aligned though.
I see. Okay, well that's good to hear. Effective communication is going to get you very, very far in this div. Honestly, I wouldn't worry so much about, like, having amazing aim. Obviously it's nice, especially if you're a sniper or scout, but having amazing DM isn't what's going to get you very far. It's just effective communication with your teammates and timing.
Yeah.
If you guys can coordinate well and be on the same page and just relatively calm and play your lives right, then you're going to go very far. I know it sounds dumb on paper to, like, oh, there's a sniper there and there's a Heavy here and there's a bunch of people looking at me and I'm going to keep standing here. I know that sounds dumb on paper, but it happens all the time. Even in higher divs, it happens all the time. There's been so many times where I'm just like, why are you there? What are you doing? Like, to myself or to my teammates. There's just been so many goofy moments, so just keep your head in the right headspace. Anyways, going on to more callouts. Yeah, tracks, ladders, flank, dungeon, and then boxes. Sentry is usually going to be, like, around here, by the way, and spawn. This area is also, like, drop down. It's I used to use it a lot more when I was playing this div because I used to come through here to go into flank. I would rotate my combo through here so that way nobody would spot me if they were up here. This area is also called this area is flank. This is called red room. This is main or tracks. And I don't really have specifics over here, so I guess you can call this like pub spot, left side, right side, spawn. Ta-da. Big door, by the way. Very important call out. If sniper's big door, he's like probably here. Or here. And ta-da! Now you know most of the callouts on this map. There are some specific spots, but usually you're not going to be using them too much. You can honestly get very far with left, right, or back, right, or something like that. Like just like being able to tell, what is here and what is here. Anyways, going back to the strats that I was going to come into play. Does anyone know priority in Highlander? Like most important classes off the top of your head.
Medic, sniper,
I'm on sniper.
demo.
Medic, sniper, perfect. Yeah, perfect. So, yeah, I'd say big three classes that are going to make you a lot of space and give you opportunities are demo picks, medic picks, sniper picks. Sniper allows you to kind of play anywhere you really want. He allows you to kind of just swing wider and play angles that you normally couldn't play. Demo pick allows you to kind of play a little bit more forward, like in their face. They don't really have trap denial, so you don't got to worry about being insta-gibbed going through like every door, So checking for traps on things like product is nullified. And then medic is medic. They don't have heals. Now, a lot of people actually, I'm going to get this out of the way first because I don't want you guys to make the mistake. Like, let's say you get a medic pick. That doesn't mean instant feed. That's not what that means. If you kill the medic, that doesn't mean hold W instantly. You need to chill. I used to do this all the time, and I was an idiot. I was a big old goober. Don't be me. So what you do if you get a medic pick is you play things slow. You play things relatively slow. You have hit scan, and that means you can hit them anywhere on the map. So if you hit them for 20, they're going to stay ticking 20, and they're not going to get beamed. And that's really important, because that means you can slowly just chip away at their health and force them back, like all together. That's what that means. That doesn't mean, guys, their medic died! Yeah! TF2! That's not what that means. Please don't. Please. I'm gonna cry if you do that. Because I used to do that all the time. I had many stories where I would just be like, yeah, medic's dead, time to bomb! And I'm like, why did I do that?
Obviously,
I just died for nothing.
Obviously,
I killed a medic.
Sorry.
Ugh.
Obviously, they're going to be more times where you want to play more aggressive. But yeah,
Obviously. If you have ad, obviously play aggressive. Force that ad. Like, kind of shove it in their face. Like, hey, I have ad. Hey, I have ad. Hey, I have ad.
Yeah.
Like, be a scout. But, like, every class. I guess if that makes sense. And it was going to strats. So I'll go for each class. Scout, NG, pushcart. Sniper can play here or over here, depending on his preferences. I usually prefer over here, because you get a deeper angle and you have a little bit more protection. You're very, very much trusting your NG and your scout to kind of deny anybody that just feeds through here. Going forward, if you manage to pressure them out of here by having your demo here and your sniper and locking them out and destroying the gun, perfect. Now there's a couple prerequisites. Now, most important thing in PL is momentum. If you have good momentum, you can create fucking crazy times. I'm going to show you how you create crazy times. So let's say the second you cap, you sack instantly. Your soldier, your demo, and your spy, who should already be behind. If your spy dies on first and then you guys cap, I'm going to scream and I'm going to cry and I'm going to die, okay? Because your life is super valuable. The spy, like, I know pubs have taught you that you kill things and be epic and cool, and you shoot your gun, and you be a cool epic man that like gets the frags. But no, you are a team player. You're a team guy. All right, you call for your team. I actually recommend. It has a bit of a learning curve, but I actually do recommend that some spies use the cloak and dagger for offense sometimes, because it can get you into position for sacks, especially on second here, which is the hardest hold to break. This is probably not in Highlander for sure. But this is the hardest point in Vigil to break, because it's very, very difficult for the offense to kind of create an opportunity. So how do you push this point? Well, obviously after you cap, you should have your demo and your soldier bomb either over hill or through tunnel, doesn't really matter which, and he's going to try and land here on top of the medic. Your spy is going to decloak, sap the gun if it's already here, and if the gun isn't placed down or whatever, he's just going to shoot the medic as much as he can. Boom, boom, boom. And it sounds simple. That's because it is simple. And it's very, very effective. And if you die, it doesn't really matter. You have 3-second respawns. You can come back, be epic, game more, and get ready for the repush. That's what you should do immediately. Now let's assume the sack fails. What do you do now? Well, there's a couple things you can do. You can try and create like pressure from different doors. So calling a door is a very, very important skill. So you can be like, hey, let's pressure side tunnel and like try and find a pick here. So you rotate your beam into tunnel and you shoot things in here. And if it dies, sweet, now you have a pick. Or if you want to go main tunnel and pressure things out, boom. Or if you want to go over hill. But I think if you want me to be a little bit more specific, you can take an exchange over hill is probably the most common in lower divs, is just take the exchange and then refight in a second. So you go over hill, you get your demo and your scout, and they come over hill, and they force the medic, and you either leave if the Uber is like really, really bad, or it's like even, so that way you can get healthy again and then refight together, or let's say the Uber is absolutely fantastic, like their med drops or something, or they lose their demo, like it's absolutely amazing, great. That's when you yell, "Get in this fucking Uber right now! This is amazing!" That's when you say that, and then everyone floods in and does damage. That's what happens. Because I know it sounds kind of dumb on paper, but here's a philosophy to live by. If you're gonna do anything in Highlander, you do it together. My old mentor had a very, 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 very good saying, and it was 9 idiots doing one thing is infinitely better than 9 smart people doing 9 different things, right? Because if you have like 9 people pushing over a hill, it's still dumb, but it's 9 people pushing over a hill. It's kind of terrifying still.
True.
Very true.
Like, it's a little bit terrifying to have your Pootis, your demo man, your scout, your medic, everybody just pressure. It's crazy. So if you're gonna do anything, you do it on the timing and you do it as a team. That's what's gonna get you far. That's why I'm being a little bit more vague here. I want you guys to like not take my word as gospel. I want you to take it more as like, this is like kind of what can happen and what might happen. Experiment with your own strategies and come up with ideas. It's important to kind of be like, hey, what if we try this out? What if we try this out? Right. Because if you're sticking to one plan, you're gonna get found out pretty easy. If you only have one strategy, it's very, very easy to counter you. Like, I used to do spy time all the time, where I would like look at the enemy team's demos before I played them and study as much as I can about, you know, the way they play, the way they like to do their pushes, how aggressive their spy is, you know, their sniper's favorite position, stuff like that. And if I figure out that you're just gonna mash your head into side tunnel every single time, you're never gonna get through side tunnel. Even if it worked in that scrim, you're never gonna get through side tunnel against my team, because I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna have my pyro watch this and right click, shit like that. So you need to be open about your strategies, because that's gonna happen to you if you don't experiment and create new things.
Mm-hmm.
So something I've noticed is that with this team, maps that we don't know, we have a hard time tackling. Is there any way to help kind of mitigate that and come up with strategies along the way if we don't particularly know the map well?
If you don't particularly know the map well, there's a couple ways you can do that. So obviously asking around, asking people like, hey, what are your thoughts on this strategy? Asking your team, like, hey, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about this? And just having communication. Having communication about it is the most important thing, I'd say. Because if your team is on the same page about, like, a strategy you want to come up with, it's probably going to work. Because it's newcomer. And the thing that kills teams and the things that, like, make newcomer players bad, it's not that their aim is bad, it's that they don't know how to work in a team environment. But if you're like, oh, hey, how do I, what's it called? How do I know if this strategy is going to be effective? You just got to try it out. There's not really a better way to put it. The way you get more experience with the map is by playing the map, obviously. I wouldn't worry about it too much. You guys said you have effective communication with each other. That's all that matters. So anyways, let's assume that you got the Ubers out of the way now. So what do you do from here? Well, my favorite way of pushing this point is peeking with our sniper. Our sniper is a very, very handsome man. He's cool. And you're going to help him out. And the way you do that is by peeking with him. So your sniper's going to get buffed. He's going to charge a body shot or whatever. It doesn't really matter. And he's going to peek wide. And then the second he peeks wide, he's going to be like, I'm peeking. And then everyone rushes over and creates space with him. This is so that way, like, let's say the sniper's here, and he's also looking. It makes it really, really difficult. The sniper either has to choose to body shot demo or whatever, or kill the sniper, who's going to kill him in return. And either way, it's an advantage for us, because if he kills your demo, that kind of stinks in the moment, but your sniper should be able to just blink, boom, now their sniper's dead, or at least he can't fire. And now you've got space over hill. Now let's assume your demo didn't die instantly. You walk over hill, now you have space, you're pressuring them out, pew, 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 pew. You want to try and lock them into this area over here. Preferably over here, because that's away from their spawn, and they don't have the shutter to play with as demo. The players that should be over hill in this, it should be your medic, your sniper, your demo, obviously, your pyro, and your fifth player is either your heavy or your scout, depending on your preferences. If you want to get cart time, like a huge cart time while this is happening, you should put your scout in cart. And if you're like, man, I really, really like playing with my scout in combo, which is a real thing. Having scout on beam is crazy. If you really like putting your scout on beam, you can honestly do the same thing with heavy. Heavy in this tunnel honestly fucks pretty hard, because he has a lot of corners to play with, he's really, really up in your face, and he can always hide his body. He has a lot of ways to escape too. So, either way, it doesn't really matter. Experiment. If you like scout in tunnel, go ahead. If you like heavy in tunnel, go ahead. Technically, scout is better over hill, but newcomer scouts don't have the best aim and also don't have the best game sense. And I'm not going to force you to take the responsibility of getting yelled at. So if you like your heavy, which is a lot easier to take heals over here, perfect. So anyways, yeah, you bring your heavy around here. He's gonna mow shit down, come together over hill, and you're gonna just kill as much shit as possible. Create damage numbers. If you guys wipe, whatever. Now they have ad. Let's assume that that you wipe pretty hard, because you probably will. So you wipe, sad. Now you run a sack and rinse and repeat. You run a sack, try and find an advantage, use that advantage, push over hill, or push like side tunnel or something. Ta-da! That's the flow at this point. Eventually, when you break this point and you manage to get the cap at least, they're going to be forced back into their fort spawn, and you will be able to play the game again. The way you play this next point is a little weird, but it's a lot easier in my opinion. So you're going to get your combo with your sniper. You're going to rotate them through this house right here, and have your sniper play this angle for a second while you're waiting for your cart to get up, and then your demo is going to like lock down this door or like keep people away with your heavy and your pyro. And the second cart kind of starts getting like closer to hill, your demo is going to be like, okay guys, let's rotate to the flank. Your sniper gets off the angle, starts rotating, you create some space, pressure out the people. Make sure your spy also calls if there's a sniper over here. Your spy should be talking a lot, but he should also be talking like, hey, if sniper's in flank, or if sniper's over in main, or if sniper is over on platform, right? Make sure your spy's talking a lot. Force him to talk a lot. Demo duck. Okay. Anyways.
I have a question.
Yeah, sniper's in flank, make sure you're ready to pressure that out. Your demo can spam over this rock and just be a little bit more annoying. Like this. Pew 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 pew. Really, really annoying. Once you have the sniper pressured out, try and work him into this angle right here. This one. Because you have you literally lock them down so hard. It is so difficult to break out of the sniper sightline if he's alive. Because like, what do you even do from here? If you peek, sightline. If you try and pressure cart, sightline. If you want to leave over here, sightline. Like, it's kind of nuts, and that's why you leave through spawn if that happens sometimes. But yeah, you want to get your sniper in there. After you have somebody sitting on top of him, usually your pyro, you're gonna rotate your beam and your heavy and your demo over here to ladders. Make sure, by the way, before your sniper peeks this angle, that this heavy right here is dead. If he's not dead, you're gonna cry, because he's gonna go boogers, and he's gonna kill your sniper. So it's not very fun. Don't do that. So yeah, kill this heavy. Usually you can do it from here. Just like put 2 stickies down here, and then you're like, oh, there's a heavy there, and then you kill him, and then you get healthy, and boom, ta-da, you've killed the heavy. Congratulations, golden award. After that happens, you're gonna take this exchange through ladders, Uber in, do what you can, shoot things, blah blah blah. You should focus out the gun if you can. I like to do this little strategy where you put 2 stickies under the gun and then shoot a pipe and dead at the same time, so that way it's like instant damage. Very, very useful. And after you take the exchange, you can call your team whether it's good or bad. If it's good, it's probably because they dropped a player, or they lost their sentry gun, or whatever. If it's not good, you can just be like, guys, get ready to refight, get healthy. And then like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, refighting. Ta-da! Your goal here is to make as much space as you can for the people that are pushing cart, and just kind of locking them out of this area. You don't want a heavy to be here, you don't want a demo to be here, and you don't want the medic to ever be. Ever. Anyways. So try and pressure them out. If you see somebody swinging wide, they get shot. If you see somebody that like is over here, they get shot. Anybody that you should like crowd control people over this way, basically. People that are make sure that your pyro is also sitting on top of your sniper, so that way spy it doesn't kill him. And if the spy is dead, your pyro can play the game. Ta-da. Okay, moving on. So this is a risky strategy, but you can try it if you want. Coming into this, like let's say you cap that point. Coming into this, oh, what time is it? All right, we have 30 minutes. Coming into this point, you can do kind of a second strat where you basically sack instantly. Your soldier can high bomb off of this wall here and be very cool. I'm actually going to change the soldier because it's a lot easier to move around. But okay, you can sack over the wall and your demo can jump in with your spy and be really epic and cool. And try and get the med. It usually doesn't work because the NG likes to pull his gun out super fast. But if it does work, swag. And you don't waste that much time either. I think last is probably the hardest, or one of the harder points to break in Highlander for sure. It's not the hardest in this map. I'd say it's the second hardest. But here's a way to think about it. So I'll say everything's even so far. So if the cart is super far away, you want to basically come to flank over here. You want to put your sniper at big door, get everyone healthy, and push from flank. And then that'll get everyone to like look over this way. And the reason why that's important is because, like, let's say you're a medic, right? You're usually standing here. If there's a bunch of shiny people over here, and the sniper's over here, you're kind of screwed. Any medic that sees shiny people and wants to kite will walk back this way, right into your sniper's loving crosshair. That's why that's good. Now let's say cart is a little bit closer, like it's up on hill, or it's here-ish. Now that's when you want to start pushing red room. The reason why is because you want to make space for your cart pushers. You're imagining it like you're coming in, and then you're putting a shitload of spam here and here to pressure them back, so that way you can get it just that little bit extra before they repush. That's how I think about it.
Alright.
The most important things on this point are going to be the gun, the sniper, the medic, the demo. The demo can basically solo the cart as long as he has like stickies in the clip. The medic is the medic. The sniper holds down this angle, this angle, this angle. Sometimes this angle up here if he sits up here for some reason. I don't know why. Some sniper did this to me. It made me really sad. It was very not fun day for me. And yeah, that's visual offense. You're going to be sacking every so often. Your goal is to make space for your cart pushers. Try and get the gun, the sniper, the demo, and the medic as much as you can, and coordinate as a team. I'll only be able to give you as much as I can, like through a demo review. I'm much better at demo reviews for sure. But anyways, go ahead. Ask as many questions as you like.
Okay, what if they put a sentry on this truck here at Blue Spawn?
At Blue Spawn, let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you something. That sentry sucks massive cock. I'm gonna show you why. You see my stream?
Yes.
Very bad, because now they lose their sentry, and then what you do is you get healed, you come over here, and you and your demo are going to be like, wow, their sentry's dead, let's go kill their medic. So you didn't look at that. You go over here, and you go pew, 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 until you die, and you're going to do 1,000,000 damage. Any smart engineer will never do that. That is so dumb. The reason you have your sentry here in the first place is to protect your medic from bombers. This is just bomb security. You put it here, so that way you can wrangle it there, and anybody that lands here or here instantly gets gibbed, and then your medics are safe. So anyways, I'll go into first defense. So yeah, does your NG know the rollout for this map relatively?
No. I'm present.
Okay. Then I'll wait, what? Alright, whatever. I'll just assume that you don't. So anyways, engineering.
I'm here.
The isn't here right now.
Okay, well, when he is here, tell him to do these things. So, entrance, sentry, Blink. Oh yeah, usually you run Eureka effect here, but whatever. Anyways, get your sentry or whatever. Doesn't really matter how. Doesn't really mean shit. Your sentry's gonna go here. Spencer goes here. And if you really want, you can put your tele exit here. Or the more common spot, which you can do for your heavy, is put it here. Because if your heavy takes the teleporter, he can do this head glitch right here. And just kill shit.
So
Can I get
actually,
up this?
I have this. I have this on stream right now. I could just tell him to go to the current, timestamp or whatever.
If you would like, go ahead. I don't mind. But those are the most important spots. I guess since he's probably gonna look at this, I'll do it really fast for most spots. Spencer goes here. Sentry somewhere here. Forward or back doesn't really. It means something, but not to me, so I don't care. Telly doesn't matter on second. Don't worry about building it. Sentry on third can go in multiple places, but the most common is like here, up on this crate up here. I've seen a couple engineers, if your team is like doing really well, like your heavies over here and your demos and tracks, you can place your sentry here. It's a little bit weird, but you can. If you want a more passive sentry, like you just kind of want to deny bombers a little bit farther back, that's fine. And then for last, oh yeah, by the way, dispenser goes in this corner. Blink. Ta-da. Okay. Anyways. Sentry usually goes up here, or over here. Your main goal is to just kind of wrangle down big door and be really annoying, or tracks. I've also seen it here once or twice, but it's a little bit weird. If you're just building up your sentry really fast, boom. And dispenser goes one of two places, usually here or here. Don't build it here, personally, because demo spam. If the demo knows the sentry, the dispenser's here, and your med's standing inside of it, pow, 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 dead. Don't do that. And teleporters don't matter outside of first, to be honest. On defense, you rarely are ever going to use a teleporter, unless you're doing a troll strategy. Okay, that's engineer. Anyways, moving on. I'll switch to
I have another question, and it's about engineer.
Go ahead.
What if you put the sentry gun here for defense?
For defense. So that's like, it does kind of the same thing, but it's a little bit more spammable is the issue. You never want to put your gun in a place that is like easily going to get picked off. So like, let's assume that the sentry's there. You put the sentry here, damn, kind of annoying. But you also have a soldier who, did you know, can shoot rockets from very far away, and they travel in straight lines. Pew, pew. Or your sniper charges a body shot at the sentry and shoots at the same time. Or your demo shoots two pipes. You know, like, the sentry relatively is doing its job, but in a position where it takes a lot of spam. It is defending the medic, but at the cost of just probably catching spam from flank. And also it's harder to rescue. So like let's say you're not running Rescue Ranger because it's weird and some people don't like running Rescue Ranger. I personally don't. And you have it here. If the sentry's over there, you're never saving it. You're crossing a sight line, a demo sight line, everyone's sight line to go get a gun. Not fun. Don't do that. Place it here, rescue it, leave. Fuck your dispenser. Dispenser can die. Boom. Any other questions relating to that, or no? Alright, Swaggy. Anyways, positions on first defense. So, this is experimental, but I liked my heavies playing up here. Just to kind of like pressure people off and create a little bit more time. If you die instantly, it doesn't really matter. But once car time starts getting like really made, you should kind of back off to this little position up here and get ready to leave. Your goal isn't necessarily to coach it, just to kind of deny space. If you die, it's kind of annoying, but whatever, doesn't matter. And then you can cut out through this tunnel and come to side tunnel and get heals. Oh shit. Alright, sorry, I'm back. There's someone at my door. Fuck.
I have another question.
Go ahead. Shoot.
Would this really aggressive sentry be really bad?
Please tell me you're joshing me.
Bruh, come on.
No, I'm
Just
actually
listen to
honestly curious.
No! Aggressive sentries stick for the most part. Because you're nowhere near your sentry gun. And, like, you can't save it unless you're in rescue range. The only aggressive sentry that is ever probably going to work is this area right here. The drop-down area that I talked about. Where you put it here, and then it probably catches somebody because they're not looking. Or, like, somebody drops down here and dies to it. And then you rescue ranger it back. That's more of a cheese strategy.
Okay.
Anyways, positions. So yeah, you're heavy, can play over here, blah blah blah. Your demo, if he wants to swing wide while the sniper is dead, that's fine. Or if he wants to play a little closer, that's also fine. You can have your sniper playing close here for one peek and then he leaves. But usually your demo is like safe behind cover, not really taking spam. Spam's over hill or he spams left side. And if he wants to cross over to there, he just comes through house like this and starts being annoying. Try if you're as demo, you really don't want to die on this point. If you die, it's like really bad if they know how to play it right. Oh my fuck. Anyways, so your medic is gonna stand here. Your power is gonna stand on top of him. Your NG is gonna be also here, just kind of chilling, spy checking, just kind of doing nothing really, waiting for the enemy team. Your sniper and your demo are gonna be like kind of rotating randomly, like through here. And like spamming. Also, quick thing, by the way, Bunny, put your traps in here. It kills a lot of people. Pretty awesome. Your scout and your soldier can play a lot deeper. They can play, because they're a little bit more expendable. Your soldier less so. But they can like stand here at first and like shoot a couple rockets and then like back up or whatever. And then just kind of pressure them out lightly. Like if there's somebody that tries to fight alone, you guys can collapse and just kind of kill them and shoot them to death, you know? But if there's like a heavy or a demo and they're buffed or whatever, try not to die to it or fight it. It's not really worth your time or your lives. Living is pretty important. But you can back up, like take this pack or this ammo or whatever. Your soldier should be trying to live a lot more though. His life is very, very important because he's probably running a backpack or whatever. You never really run gunboats on payload unless you're weird, like me, because I troll. But
Which backpack do you recommend?
so the most common backpacks are obviously going to be Conquer and Backup. These are the big two. You never really use Buff Banner too often, just because like, yeah, the extra damage is nice, but it doesn't come into play as much as you think, and these two banners just outweigh it. This one is really, really good because it just builds so fast, and you can just run the tank loadout of, black box battalions like this, and you just live for so long, and just create so much passive spam that it's just really annoying. I actually recommend running black box on defense here for your soldier, just because it's so nice. But if you don't want to run Conquer and you like Backup, which is a little bit more risky but has a better payoff, that also works. Backup is honestly borderline busted. It is fucking stupid good. That's why your soldier needs to live, so he can build his backup and then kind of like live and chill and leave out. Like he jumps away into tunnel and starts doing his job. Your soldier should try not to die. Your spy is not going to be doing all that much either. He's mostly just going to be talking about where the enemy team is in different spy positions, like here, or like on this truck, or in there. Just kind of being like, hey, this is where everyone is on the C&D. And then, how much time do I have left? I have 15 minutes. All right, whatever. And that's first for the most part. Just get ready to give up this point. Don't commit resources. If you lose like your demo and your sniper, literally just back up. Don't take the fight. Just back up. It's not worth it to die anymore because they're just going to take advantage of that. For second, it's a little bit flexible for like your heavy and your soldier, but usually heavy soldier watch the side tunnel here. Sometimes soldier can do it by himself if he wants, but heavy soldier. Your spy is going to be behind giving comms. Sniper's over hill with your demo, pressuring this. Your power spy checking and just like kind of keeping people off. If they Uber over hill, your power is just going to take the Uber and just air blast people off. Be really annoying. Your scout is going to be kind of creating light pressure on the cart, like throwing toys all the time, like throwing bleed, just being really annoying. And anybody that is kind of just not looking at him or is weak from your soldier and your heavy, he can kind of just clean up. He's also very, very useful over hill because it's a lot of like open area. Scout really likes to just be an open area because Scout, movement. Very, very nice. Your sentry is going to be there, like I said. Your medic is going to be sitting inside of this dispenser here. If you guys don't have Uber, by the way, your medic should be like near the shutter over here, like kind of ready, because if they use Overhill and you guys don't have, and your medic dies, that's awful. That's so bad, because now your medic's dead, and they just got the point, basically, and now you're going to have disad going into third, and that's really sad. So, you know, if you're medic, and they have Uber and you don't, stand in the shutter, and be epic and cool. And the second you see the shiny people, you fucking run to spawn as fast as you can. You don't even look back for your teammates. Don't try and save anybody. Your life is more important. Fuck everybody else. Who's the medic on this team?
Me.
Hi, Anthony. Did you catch what I said?
Yeah.
Alright. In the situation where you could possibly save the 2 HP scout, do you do it in this situation?
No.
Good.
The issue is I don't have a resupply bind, though.
You don't need
yet.
a resupply bind.
Like, you get to spawn, but after that... Oh, you just teleport back, yeah.
I gotta head out to do some things before the game, but I'll see you guys in about an hour.
See ya.
Alright, see you, Bunny.
1 moment.
I'm here, I'm sorry.
Hey,
It's
Dorothy.
okay.
Hi, I'm engineer, hello, nice to meet you.
Yeah, so we already went over some of the engineer stuff for for defense. Or was it offense or defense? It was defense, and it's in the stream. So if you go back a bit, you'll be able to.
I know what to do on first and second.
Okay.
Third and fourth.
People in my house are so annoying.
Also in there.
Anyways, so going into this next, yeah, medic here if you have Uber, here if you don't. Your engineer is going to be like putting a gun here and just kind of spy checking with your pyro. For the most part, scout should also spy check a lot because he doesn't really have something. Sometimes he's just kind of like spamming like bleeds and he doesn't really have anything to do because they have a heavy there. So you're just like, oh, okay, so let me just look for spy, like make sure everyone's back is okay. Am I missing anybody? Nope, that's everyone. Okay. And the second they Uber over hill, yeah, pyro takes this. If you lose your demo or your gun or your heavy or your sniper, kind of bad, leave out. Boom. Most important skill as the main killer. I said the most important people on this point here for when you're defending is going to be your demo, your sniper, the sentry gun, and like your heavy soldier over here. Like, because they're watching the most important doors. If you lose your heavy here, it's not all bad because you can have your soldier solo this, but if you lose both, it's like, make sure you're watching side tunnel, basically. Like, get ready to pick up any pieces that you need. Okay, going on to this next. So you make sure you guys kite out through spawn if you can, by the way. Come through here, walk out this way. Don't go through tracks unless you're like already like here, and then you can just leave out like that. So yeah, for this defense, you gun here, medic and dispenser like here-ish. Your sniper is going to be playing a couple angles. He can play like wider here or here. But just make sure that he's buffed. The engineer, like just somewhere here-ish. Oh, are you the NG?
Yeah, I'm the NG. Sorry, I was.
Do you want me to go over spots really quick?
If you want to, I know what to do on first and second, but after that.
Okay, then I don't really need to. Cool. So anyways,
do I know what to do? I'm iffy on first.
Sentry here, dispenser here.
Yeah. Okay.
What are the alternate placements?
Alternate placements? Okay, you can do a couple funny things, Dorothy, if you'd like, but I don't recommend them. Just stick to what you to the basics and chill. Just learn the map. But if you really want to be funny, I'm going to give you some epic info that literally no newcomer team is ever going to do. So, do you see this sightline?
Yes.
Have you heard of the Rescue Ranger?
Yes.
Do you see how this could be a little bit of a funny sentry?
I do see
you see what I'm seeing right now? Could it be a little bit goofy?
That would be a little goofy, yes.
I've done this for 3 seasons and it has worked every time at least once. I kid you not, I've done this in every Vigil official I've ever done. I told my NG, place it in drop down, ranger it back after it kills the poor scout. I've gotten demo picks from this.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking you place it in the main spot and then you rescue ranger it behind them. But I was thinking.
Okay, so that reminds me, okay, unrelated, but equally as funny. talk about it really quick. It is a little bit of theory that my friend and I decided I wanted to try sometime. I want to play engineer at least in one season because I want to do this specific trick. So, wall bugging.
Yeah.
Sentry jumping. Sentry jump into wall bug, and to fall off, grab your sentry gun, place it behind them, level 3.
Ooh. Is there a useful spot to do that other than there?
No, there is like not very many. It's very unpractical, and I have not thought it through, but it is really funny.
Speaking of funny,
I mean, I know TF2 players don't look up, but like, they should like at least have that in their field of view.
I'm gonna be real with you. I ran soldier a couple times. This spot up here, this wall bug, I can't get it first try, but yeah, you can wall bug on this because it's a weird clipping.
You can.
I killed like at least 3 different medics doing that.
Jesus.
Speaking of funny, what about this sentry spot right up here?
Oh, let's go, another sentry spot.
Ayo?
Just watching this.
That is kind of funny, but also no, don't do that because if your sentry gun dies and your team is over here and you're here, you're kind of a little bit out in the danger zone. You know, you're kind of not ready to.
No,
leave.
I mean just leave it there and then be with your team until your sentry gun dies.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Fast.
They realize the sentry gun is there, and they just bomb through main like this because there's no sentry gun. They just go, land on your medic.
What about sentry on boxes?
This is fine. I was gonna mention, sentry here or here, like backer. Doesn't really matter. Also, if your team is doing really, really well, you can also play sentry gun here, and it is really annoying.
Annoying sentry.
Hey, don't we have a scrim in 4 minutes?
Yeah, I'll try and be fast. Okay, so, medic, dispenser, doesn't really matter.
Corner medic, really?
Listen, there's not really a better spot.
We do not have a scrim in 4 minutes, Dorothy, no.
Okay, anyways.
Is it delayed? I'm sorry, I need to get that.
It's an hour, right?
Okay,
no,
anyways.
I thought we had an open space.
Going into this, so scout soldier are going to be watching the flank for the most part, just kind of spotting. Don't die for it. You guys are probably going to be fighting their flank as well, just kind of like passive spam or whatever. Your heavy, it can be in like a couple places, but like the most common is like ladders or over here in Zukima or kind of here watching main. It's up to you. Experiment. Yeah, your sniper is going to be watching these angles, going to be protected. Make sure you watch for spy. Heavy and spy like to come up through dungeon here and be really annoying. So just be aware of that. Like if you're scout and you got nothing to do over here, just check dungeon really quick. Be like, okay, there's no gamers in there, right? We're good. Be aware of that. Your demo is going to be kind of like playing this little wide angle, spamming the cart for the most part, and keeping people out of like ladders and whatnot. If the sniper is there, you can still play this angle, right? But just to a lesser extent. It's just a little bit harder, and you got to be a little bit more timing based because your stickies are reaching the point where it's like you need to manual dead them out of the air instead of auto deading. For your who am I missing? Pyro? Yeah. TLDR, spy check, take the Ubers, kiss off people, don't let people touch your medic. Your medic is your best friend, stand on top of him. And for your spy, coordinate with your team, talk about where people are. Your flank is going to be your best friend, and so is your combo, because did you know that in order to shoot people, you need to look at them? And if you're looking at the person, like there's a gamer right there, they're looking at me, I'm looking at them, I'm not looking at the wall behind me, right? So theoretically, let's assume there's a spy here. That's what happens. That's how you get kills as spy in Highlander. Is you coordinate with your team and you be like, hey, I'm gonna decloak on their sniper, and then your scout's like, okay, I'm gonna go and shoot the sniper to get him to look at me, and then the sniper looks at you and then he dies. Ta-da!
Yeah, great plan.
I have another funny sentry spot.
Oh my God, Vera! Come on!
I'm sorry.
No, I can't. I have to go on to last. Okay, so going into last, try if you lose your sniper and you're like really uncomfortable with the situation, like your heals are bad or whatever, or you have dishead and you get the force, just leave out through spawn. Come through here. Another thing, by the way, this is gonna happen to you 1000%. You spawn facing this way. When you spawn on this point, don't hold W instantly.
Is this second or third?
This is third. Right here. Because stickies. I have gotten 5Ks from sticky traps being here.
Oh damn.
Literal 5Ks, medic, sniper, heavy, demo, dead. What? Don't do that, please, for the love of God. When you're walking out, be careful, okay?
I will try to remember that.
Thank you.
Is
Big
it
old
good
kiss on the
to walk
forehead.
out that way, even?
It's good. It's the only way to get to third without taking the long way. So like, if you want,
no, I thought that door
you
was
wanna-
still open when cart was on last, and you could like the weird flank exit.
no, don't take this. This closes after the cap third, or at least like a couple seconds after. That'd be kind of funny though.
It's like 5 seconds, right?
This would be so dumb if people could walk through it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that seems kind of weird.
What if I went and bombed their medic now?
Yeah.
It'd be a little bit trolly. Like I go over here and I.
No clip through the.
Oh, that's part of the gameplay. Have you never seen the legendary no clip door?
The
That
no
just
clip
gives you
double
no
sync.
clip?
Nice.
Yeah, classic. Anyway, no clip double sync. Okay, so yeah, sentry gun up here or here, dispenser here. Don't put it here because your medic's gonna catch a pipe. Your medic can also stand here if he wants, but it's a little bit more risky because again, catch a pipe.
Real quick, I am very stupid. Where did you say dispenser?
There, dispenser or dispenser. Do
Yeah,
this
I was
spot,
like, wait,
though.
you want me? Okay,
Do
you want
this
me to put
spot.
dispenser on top of?
Yes, this is where you put the dispenser. It gives heals to your spy. Okay,
Real.
so real bottom text. Anyways, your scout and your soldier are gonna be playing this flank area over here, and kind of calling whatever happens. They're trying not to die too much. They're more like info callers, just like your spy, and they're gonna coordinate together to try and like do stuff.
Play in this area. Try and.
This general area. If their combo starts making way over here, you can kind of start playing like over here or whatever. You're very flexible as soldier. You're not just like sticking in place. Like if your combo is watching that and they're relatively cool with that, you can honestly come over to red room and start pressuring too. Your game as soldier, since you're so flexible, is to just kind of like make the split pressure basically. So like, since you're one of the fastest classes in the game, the fastest actually, you can come from here over to red room in like 3 seconds. So like, let's say, you're like, man, there's like nothing happening over here. I'm gonna get a buff, and then I'm gonna jump over to red room and just make sure there's no gamers over here, right? Probably don't jump too much, but yeah, you get the idea. Just be cool. Anyways, going on, yeah, scout, soldier, spy, kind of info callers. Your demo's gonna be playing tracks, just kind of pressuring people off of cart. You can play a little bit deeper if you'd like, because it allows you to shoot this big door angle up here and off of the cart. But the second their sniper gets to like here, that's when you want to back up, because then their team's gonna trickle in and heavy's gonna get this head glitch, and it's kind of sad. But yeah, the main spot you're gonna be playing is up here, just defending the cart. Make sure you keep your sniper alive on this point, especially because he holds down this angle and this angle, and it's really fucking annoying. Your heavy should be up here on these boxes for the most part, just kind of spamming anybody that gets too close and spamming the cart, just kind of playing this like, now you see me, now you don't game, with your soldier being here as well sometimes. Demo can also get this nice beautiful spam angle that makes me like so happy to be alive. Oh my god.
Real.
Yeah. Look, it's the perfect arc. It's so sexy. You have no idea. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, medic stands in there. I'm missing one pyro. So, as pyro, you should be aware of two things. Where they're pushing from. You should be listening to your spy a lot, because you're going to be right-clicking a lot. That's your job. You're the stupid fucking right-click class. So what you're going to do is, when they come up from this side, you're going to right-click this way. If they come up from this side, you're going to right-click over here. If they come up from red room, you're going to right-click them back into red room. You feel me? Are we on the same page?
Sure. Yeah.
Swag. Okay, I have a scrim, like, now, so I have to go.
Okay.
The map review.
It was very fun.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I gave you just a brief thing. If you guys
Nice to meet
need
you.
any help or whatever, it's nice to meet you too. Don't take my word as gospel. Experiment as much as you can. Try new things. Be on the same page, and keep grinding. I'll be back
Funny
later.
throwing sentry.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Stems
And
are
G-bomb.
exposed of
Oh, you left.
So I'm guessing the sentry is not ideal.
No.
I love that sentry. I love this.
Watch out. I have nothing else to do.
Wait, Vera, why are you talking
Except they do
about
like
lay funny sentry? You're playing sniper.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I love that sentry.
Okay.
I love that sentry face. I'm
I have
putting
a
that there
question.
whenever I play.
Can I NG bomb? Would we be okay with the occasional NG bomb?
If
I mean,
we're
it's a scrim.
absolutely fucking crushing it, sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yo,
Actually, I mean, it is just the first scrim we're ever playing. Has anybody here played Vigil before? Who's
Yo,
playing
yo,
it?
I have played
I-
2 seasons of Vigil, but it was 3 years ago.
I played Vigil with my old team, and then after that game, I was kicked off.
Also, by the way, who the fuck is
I
playing our
have also
spy?
played Vigil.
I think it was Charles Spy?
Yeah, I'm the spy. So.
For 9:30?
Oh,
According to Uber over here.
Oh, okay. So we don't have the 8:30, do we?
No, we
No,
don't
we
have an
don't.
8:30.
We don't have an 8:30, we just have a 9:30.
Okay.
Which brings up the problem. Who's playing spy?
Yeah, I think the sub soldier is playing spy.
Okay. Neo?
Yeah.
Is he gonna make it?
In that case, I will adjust my thing accordingly.
You can actually get up on top of this roof without even using no clip.
No.
Like so.
By the way, those don't need to be fully built for you to jump on them.
Yeah, I know, but I need to pick them up.
He needs
Oh,
it
okay.
for content.
See?
Very fair.
It's
So that way-
family real.